Hey guys, this will be the September, or no, excuse me, October update, I guess. Um, so what I'm going to start on today, I've checked all of my turnouts and just to make sure that they're moving freely. I've got a couple over here in the yard that apparently I was a bit overzealous with the ballast and the glue, and I've got a couple that are stuck. So the good thing about using just white glue, watered down white glue to attach the ballast is that you can loosen it up if you need to just by wetting it with water. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I've got, let's see, that one's good. This one here is stuck. This one here is kind of stuck. This one is stuck. This one has come loose from the throw bar. Let's see, it's not stuck, but it's stiff. We'll have to put that back together here. Let's see now if it'll move. And this one down here is free, so it looks like several of these are stuck. So what I'm going to do is just wet it down with water, let that soak for a few minutes, and then hopefully these things will free up. I don't know what I was thinking when I went to put the ballast down in here. These turnouts here, I didn't ballast very much at all. And I guess I shouldn't have ballasted the other ones at all either. So I'm going to go ahead and let these down. And we'll let that soak for a few minutes. So a couple things I'm working on here is a crossing into my intermodal unloading facility. I had some cardstock paper, which is, I don't know what poundage this is, it's pretty thick, but I cut a couple of thicknesses of that and put it down on top of the cork. And then I had some of this old stuff, that roadway that I had had for years. This one just has a couple of stop indicators. So I used those here. I'll probably put another couple of those crossing signals in this area. So the bottles are on there, weighting that down. And I'm going to try to work on this section today to try and get some of the ground cover in. So quite a long section. It's about, I don't know, between 5 and 6 feet long here, I guess. So I'm going to figure out what ground cover I have left that will work in there and begin to cover this section. I'm back over here on the wall side of the layout, just coming down from this section where I've got these two background buildings. I have this one just pulled out right now. I've put a road in along the wall which connects to a road which I now have connected to the intermodal area here. I've got some glue and stuff here, but so I've got a little crossing in there already. Don't know if you can see that very well. I need to do some cleanup yet on the boards in between the tracks, but it's in there gluing right now. So there's a road in there. I put a single yellow stripe down the center. Not going to be anyone doing any passing, obviously, in there. And I'm putting a little concrete pad, which is what you see being glued down right now, which will service this roll-up door on the end of the warehouse. So just, something to make it look like a truck could back up there and load up. So once that's dry and in place, I'll paint it this concrete color like I have over here. And once that's done, I have a little bit of ground cover yet to do in between the rails here at the back. This ground cover that I have in here around the warehouse is glued in place now. Obviously, I'll put some foliage in there eventually, but just trying to get the cork all covered right at the moment. I have built some guardrails that will go along the back edge of the loading dock and also this end of the loading dock. And I have a guardrail that is going to fit over here, right here along the edge to keep trucks from running through the little attendant shack there. So let's see what else. Oh, over here, this is the plastics facility where the silos are. I have a warehouse here, warehouse / manufacturing building. There's another piece of that warehouse which is sitting right here. And I'm in the process of putting a paved area in here for the parking lot. You can see it's got some bubbles at the left end, so I'm going to have to address that and get everything flattened out. And once I do that, I will paint it concrete as well, and have a couple of places here for trucks to load and unload. That little warehouse thing back there, I think I'm going to stick it at the end of the loading dock. I don't have any ramps for that or any steps, so I think just kind of having it attached at the end of the loading dock there will make it look like it's got a use. Other than that, that's about all I have done right now. Once I finish this area and get all of the landscaping and such done, not really landscaping, just ground cover, I'm going to proceed over to the lumber area, which really encompasses the entire peninsula. So there'll be plenty of ground cover and such to put in there. I am going to put back in that corner a rock outcropping, and I'm going to use real rocks, and I have the rocks. So I went scavenging around the construction area of the neighborhood the other day and got a bunch of rocks. So I'm basically just going to pile them in there. If you have been with me for a while, you will remember that I had done that on a previous layout. I guess 2 layouts ago, I had a rock outcropping in the corner, which I used real rocks, and there's nothing that looks more realistic than real rock. So anyway, that's it for right now. Be back soon. All right, I'm going to try this so it's not too shaky here. I don't have the tripod holding the camera, but what I've got are some guardrails. There's one you see laying down there. I have one laying down there, and then the long one is just laying on the road back there. What I'm going to do is just kind of lay these face down on top of my platform here, and then I'm going to mark using this awl where I need to drill holes, and I'm going to drill holes into this and then insert the guardrail and put some glue in there. So we'll be back shortly. Well, the guardrails are in. Look pretty good, actually. What I kind of tried to do on the back was to not have the holes exactly where they needed to go, but just have them off a bit. And it had the effect of actually looking like the guardrail is damaged. Let me kind of show you from above where it's got some bends and twists in it, and also a couple of those supporting beams over here. This one in particular, you can see where it's kind of bent. I didn't have the guardrail out of the way of the drill far enough, and I kind of came down on top of there and bent that, but I think it looks good actually. So here's the piece on the end here, and then back over here at the other end I've got a guardrail to keep trucks from pushing their trailers or driving into the office here on the end. So other than getting ground cover back by the road and between the rails, which shouldn't take too long, I'm going to call this section done.